evaluation. I'm so nervous. What makes a yes a yes? I don't really know about this stuff. Why did I do this job? I don't know what to do. Why isn't there a maybe box? Maybe I should call my mom. What if he stinks? What if I stink? Gosh. Can't I just have him do it himself?
Hey, I'm here for my APS review.
Are you a new DOA? Don't freak out about the APS evaluation. Let's do a walkthrough together. This is an APS evaluation form. It is broken into 6 different areas of the APS process, as well as several points to look for within each area. For each subpoint, you will either select a yes or a no from a drop box, depending on whether you felt that the advisor performed to the level you wanted. Every time you update one of these drop boxes, it will affect the overall scoring found on the right of the form for the overall area of the evaluation. The first of the 6 categories you will be evaluating is the opening. Category 2 is communication skills. Category 3 is building rapport. Category 4 goes into the decision-making process. Category 5 is process management. Finally, Category 6, the closing. Now remember, when you're doing your admission advisor's evaluation, don't just think about what points they did do on the sheets, but more importantly, how they did them. We're now going to do an exercise. I'm going to play the part of the student. Please turn your attention to part 4.3 on the APS form and decide on how you would judge the advisor's performance.
So Ted, you told me a lot of reasons why you are looking to make this change and what you're looking for in a school. So let's look at the other side of the coin and tell me where you would be in 5 years if you don't make this change.
Well, I'm either not working or in a job I really don't like.
Okay, and so how would that make you feel if you're still kind of stuck in the same position?
Well, stuck and very unhappy.
Okay, so what is your plan then to get yourself out of that position?
I think making a change and probably pursuing a degree.
Okay. Well, congratulations for realizing that the next step is, making a change and getting that education for yourself.
Now here, she did a great job of discussing with the student what the consequences of not getting an education would be. And she didn't just point out what the consequences were, but rather through a series of open-ended questions led the student to discover the consequences himself. Let's move ahead now to part 4.7. Again, I'm the student, and here's what you don't want to see in this part of the interview.
Okay, Ted. Listen, I know this is kind of an awkward question to ask, but how much are you currently making?
I make about $8 an hour. Why?
It just helps me in understanding what I need to know, so I just need to know. But yeah, Ted. We definitely need to get you making more money than that. I'm sure that's not what you want to be doing. So it sounds like you really need to get a degree because you need to be making more money for yourself. So let's talk about some more information to figure out what we can do for you.
Okay. So what went wrong? Well, for starters, the advisor lacked confidence. He felt awkward asking the student about certain financial questions, and therefore the entire situation became awkward. Secondly, he didn't ask any open-ended questions. He didn't ask the student how he felt about his earnings, but rather told him how he should feel. We're now at point 5.1 on our list, and we're going to mix it up a little bit. Decide what you like and what you don't like in this next portion.
Okay, Ted. After financial aid, we will do 3 assessments. We have a math, an English, and a computer literacy. Now these assessments are just for you to take so we can gauge where you stand in each of those areas and put you in the correct classes. After that's over, we will also have you take a DISC behavioral assessment. Now, have you ever taken anything like that before?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. What this is just a great way for you and for us to learn your learning style and how we can best help you while you are a student with NAU. After that, then we get to pick out your classes, which is the most exciting part.
Let's take a look at this part of the interview one more time in a different way.
Well, Ted, I'm excited to help you get started with making this change. Now, to get started, we're going to do an application that has a couple different parts. We'll bring you into financial aid, kind of see what your situation is there, and then have you do a few assessment tests, and then we'll be good.
Okay. So which way do you think went better? The first time around, she went into specific details about each part of the admissions process, from the application to the assessments and everything else. The second time around, she just briefly touched on things. The first time around, she'll get a yes. The second time, a no. We're now at part 6.1. Again, figure out which one you like and which one you don't like.
All right, Ted. So first of all, I wanted to congratulate you on being done with everything. We got everything finished for the day. What's going to happen next is I'll do some periodic follow-up calls. I'll just check in whenever you can get back to me. Please do. We value communication, so just get back to me. We have an orientation that'll come up down the line. I'll be in touch with kind of what those things look like. We'll also take care of books. Books will be a part of it. So all that stuff will get wrapped up, so I don't want you to worry about it. We'll just figure out as it goes, kind of thing. I'll just give you calls periodically. Okay?
Okay. Let's take another look at this part of the interview.
All right, Ted. Well, we finished financial aid, we finished assessments, and we even picked out classes. I want to be the first one to welcome you to National American University. Congratulate you on making this change. How are you feeling at this point?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, great, Ted. So what's going to happen next? It doesn't stop here. I really value following up with my students, and I like to do so once a week. The reason for that is I really like to make sure that my students are informed on all the things going on campus. The other thing is we do have events coming up, such as our orientation, which is going to be on November 20th. Okay, and I want to make sure that you are aware of that and take any time off work to be there. Okay. The other reason why is I want to follow up with you on other things such as the DISC profile. I want to talk with you about that periodically, almost little homework assignments. And so again, I want you to feel as you're a student here, okay? And so we're going to be doing that once a week. So because I value following up once a week, I really want to pick a time that's going to work for both you and for me. So what do you think is a good day and time for me to follow up once a week?
I think Tuesdays at 5.
Tuesdays at 5 o'clock? Great. So I'm going to follow up Tuesdays at 5 o'clock to keep you up to date on any campus events. That being said, I want you to follow up with me for any hesitations or concerns that you do have that come up, because I want to make sure you're aware that the caring support environment of NAU does not stop with the enrollment process.
So what did you think this time? The big difference between the two was the amount of firm detail the advisor had put into place. The first time, there was a lot of whenevers and we'll get to it at some points. But the second time, there was a firm plan in place, dates and times in which the advisor would be calling the student. The first time around, the advisor would have gotten a no. The second time, a yes. Thank you very much for taking part in this video training, and I hope that you feel more comfortable evaluating your admissions advisors using the APS forms.